Welcome to our Clarity and Focus session today. Today's topic is the death spiral of freelancing and how to avoid the death spiral of freelancing. Good to see you, Tim. I'm just going to walk you through some of the structures, some things that you need to be taking into consideration, because what I'm going to be sharing with you today is essentially going to determine how slowly or how quickly you build a business and get out of being the person who is responsible for doing everything, the CEO, the chief everything officer of your business. A lot of us here are the chief everything officer of your business. But what I'm going to walk you through is I want to walk you through the scenario, what happens, how that happens, why it's a bad thing, right, and a good thing at the same time, and then how do we get into a situation where we are actually building a real business model. Because right now it's really funny, but we have an opportunity in this time with great economic and health crisis to actually get really solid with what we're doing to build our business, to build our structures and build our opportunities. So I have gone into my labs, put some slides together, going to walk you through those slides, but then I'm going to show you a methodology that I've been working on for some time, and it's what I do to help the people that I work with in Champions to get very, very specific about building a model that actually scales so that the business supports you rather than you having to be the business. Right, but at this stage, the majority of fall into this trap of the business is us, right? Even though we might have a small team, it's still us in the marketplace. So I'm going to go through, and I'm just going to open my screen and share. We've got a few people saying hi, Mark saying yes. I have no idea what that is, James, but I'm sure you can elaborate later on. So with that, I'm going to share my screen. Here we are. So, avoiding the spiral of freelancer death, right? Build a business that works for you instead of you slaving for your business. And let me tell you, we are in the world of working very hard for what we do. So, I want to paint a picture as I'm going through each scenario, just to give you a perspective, because we all start here. And I've been here a few times in years that I've built businesses as well. I've had a situation where I had a very, very large business, 150 employees, well, nearly 200 employees. Now we have a business of 70. Before I had 200 employees, big company, offices all over the place, worked with lots of clients. We had over 1,000 clients that we worked in the marketplace. We built an amazing business. But in that business, it was like herding cats, right? I had 15 management cats to herd in that business as a CEO of that business. And my 15 management cats had 180 cats that were under them that they had to manage and herd. I don't know if you know what it's like if you've had, like, it's like running around after chasing 3 or 4 chickens at the same time. That's what building a team can be like, but there is a better way. And I'm going to talk about a better way. So I want to give you some perspective here in what we're talking about, and maybe you might see yourself in this picture. You may see yourself falling into the trap of this picture, right? So what is the freelancer death spiral? So the freelancer death spiral essentially is that we end up working very hard for very little, and we end up in this roller coaster of income of what we do. And we can get caught in this place where we're probably making less money than if we were going and working for a job with somebody else. I've spoken to freelancers around the world, and where I've asked the question, what is your effective hourly profit? What do you effectively keep for yourself? And by the time they look at the number of hours that they dedicate to delivering their service to their client, some of them are working for $10 an hour, right? Your effective hourly rate, your effective hourly profit per hour that you get to keep. So you imagine working 60, 80 hours for $5 an hour, right? And you think you're doing better, but you're not, right? And so, and I know people who work at In-N-Out Burger, and they're making $15 an hour, right? So I've talked to freelancers who are running $100,000, $200,000 businesses that are basically earning less than if they went to work for McDonald's. Right? So this is the spiral, okay? So the starter syndrome, this is the starter syndrome. In fact, a lot of us here may be in the starter syndrome, or we may have a few clients, but we're still in the starter syndrome. So the starter syndrome is you want to start your business, you want to figure out what you want to sell as a service, right? So we're trying to learn. We've got some skills, we've got an idea. We might even have the idea that we can provide multiple skills because we've learned some things along the way. And we know those things can have an impact, but we've actually got to apply what we've learned to get those skills. So if we can't apply them, we're going to hire somebody else to apply for us, like a leverage resource partner, or we're going to have to figure it out, right, in what we do. So what we do is we learn the new skill. Learning the new skill means actually doing the thing you know what to do or that you're going to sell to the market. Or you've been doing it for a while, piecemeal, learning the bits and pieces, seeing some modest results and go, you know what, this will be cool. We can do this for clients and start bringing clients in our business. So we learn the new skill in the process, right? The next is we go and get our first client. Our first client generally will be somebody who may be known to us, may be referred to us by a friend, associate, colleague, or somebody that you've had an acquaintance with. Essentially, your first paying customer or non-paying customer is going to come from people who you generally know, because you're going to get out there, you don't have systems, you don't have process, you're not really good at selling, you don't have all those things in place to be able to leverage your opportunity to go and get lots of clients. So you're looking for your first client. Generally, your first client is going to be somebody who you do work for free, right? Or you're going to do work for a little bit of money, right? You're going to offer a low price deal because you don't know what to charge, or you undervalue what you do, and you're going to work really, really hard for this first client, right? So this is what happens in the startup, in the freelancer mode, right? So you learn on your client's time. So one thing you understand, even running a multi-million-dollar agency, all our team is learning on our client's dime. We are constantly improving our experiences for each client that we work with. And if we're working with different clients, we're going to create different experiences. So the more work that you do, the more implementation of what you deliver that you do, the better you get at that, the more you learn about businesses, how they work, how they're inefficient, how they're efficient. You learn everything, but you're learning. The beautiful thing about this business that we are in is we are learning skills at the expense of the clients that we work with. Right, so we are learning on our client's time, and we need to learn on our client's time. And our team, when we scale, also needs to learn on our client's time because we're going to build experience, right? You know, the Facebook ads we were running 5 years ago and the Facebook ads we're running 5 years later are two very, very different types of Facebook strategy. Right? We are optimizing everything 5 years later because we've got 5 years of data, 5 years of learning, millions of dollars of ad spend, tens of millions of dollars worth of ad spend in that 5-year period, right? So we know some stuff now. We've learned all the ins and outs, nooks and crannies, what works, what doesn't work. We've made adjustments along the way. So we've learned on our clients' time. Our clients, so clients 5 years ago, right, and the clients today, 5 years later, the clients today are getting way more value than the clients did 5 years ago because they've got the experience of all that data, all that access, all those systems improvements, all that structure in place. You are learning on your client's time. Every client you bring in is your learning experience, and you're getting paid to learn. I love the idea of getting paid to learn as a consultant, right? And at the same time, you're also getting a profit to learn as well. You're making money by learning. Right? Best business model in the world, okay? Highly profitable if you get it right. So you make mistakes, right? You're going to learn your skills. You're going to work really hard for very little return, right? You're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn your skills. You're going to work really hard, and you're going to do this for very little return because you're still in this learning phase of the model of your business in this structure. Right? So, and that's the thing, you need to make mistakes. You need to learn. You need to have clients cancel on you, do chargebacks on you, reject you. You need to learn from those experiences because this is going to give you a much stronger, more confident approach of certainty in the marketplace. You have to learn. You have to learn fast. Right? That's what you want to do. I talked to a guy. His name's Frankie Anthony, right? They call him Frankie Tone, Frankie Tony, two first names in his name, Frankie Tony. He's a car sales guy, right? He sells Mazdas. We call them Mazdas. Our US cousins call them Mazdas, right? That's what he sells. He sells the Mazda range. He sells roughly. He says, I need to fail 25 times every day, right, to be able to sell 4 to 5 cars a day. I'm going to fail 25 times a day, right? I have to fail 25 times a day to sell 4 to 5 cars a day. That's his goal, right? If I didn't fail 25 times, I'm not successful, right? If I fail 25 times, I'm successful. Interesting philosophy, mindset, right? Works very hard to fail. You want to fail fast, but you also want to fail cheap, right? I have a friend of mine involved with a company called Ascending Ventures, right? Ascending Ventures, and they only work on sustainability social projects, and their motto is fail fast, fail cheap, right? Fail as cheaply as you can so you can learn from that and scale and grow. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have to learn new skills, and you're going to have to work a little bit really hard for a little return. This is your apprenticeship in you building this business. Now, the time frame could be 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, 7 years, right? You get to choose, right? Faster you learn, faster you move, right? Now, you're a starving artist. So right now you are a starving artist, and you're a marketing agency, right? You're a marketing agency, you're a starving artist. You've got some skills, you've got a client you're working with, you're learning the skills, you're not charging enough for what you do, so you're not making a lot of money, but you are now the starving artist in the world, right? So what do? You need to go and find another schmuck to pay you money, right? Find another client to learn, to pay you to learn on their dime so you can improve your ability in the marketplace. You have to do this, right? This is your learning curve. This is your skill set. This is your business, right? That you have to do this. So you're going to have to learn. So you've got to go and find another person to learn, until you start to see a model that is actually working for you, right? Now you can shortcut this process by using people who already have those skills and place your margin on top of that, but you still have to understand the fundamentals to be able to sell this to the market. If you don't understand the fundamentals, you're going to get caught up in that process, right? So time in fulfillment is swallowing your ability to get more cash. So we get caught up, we get a client, now we're going to drop everything and we have to go and fix the client. Yay, we got some money. Awesome, we've got somebody who says, yes, we want to work with them. Now we've got to go and set up the landing pages. We've got to onboard them. We've got to get some content from them. We've got to craft some copy, maybe do some interviews, get some stuff, put together the landing page, then get the autoresponders working, write some email copy, then put all that together. Then we've got to go and do the Facebook ads. We've got to set up the Facebook account. Remember, we now get caught up in fulfillment. So we stop, when we get caught up in fulfillment, we stop selling. We stop bringing clients on board, right? So this creates a bottleneck and a problem for us, right? So time for fulfillment is going to swallow up your ability to go and get more cash, right? So next, you get to some level of competency, and you need to get to some level of competency, you need to work with at least 10 clients. To get to a level of some competency and understanding, you need to have gone through the process with at least 10 clients, right? So this is your learning curve. The first 10 customers are your learning curve. By the way, once you hit 7 or 8 customers, you will start to generate referrals, right? So people are going to refer people to you. You're going to get opportunities for other sales. People get, right now, when this happens, when you get that 7, 8 customers and you're working with 7 or 8 customers and you start getting referrals, that's a trap, right? If you rely on your business for referrals, you get into a trap, because then you are definitely going to go into the spiral, the roller coaster, because referrals don't come to you every single day, right? Referrals will come to you intermittently, and you think, hey, I'm getting referrals, I'm getting clients, we're growing. No, you're not, right? You'll find that this is not the case in most cases. But you're going to need to work with at least 10 clients to get into the cadence of having enough clients to work with to build your business, right? So next, now you're a freelancer, a consultant, a gun for hire, right? So every client now, you've got some competency, a little certainty, you're talking a different language, you know you can get results, you're going to probably charge a little bit more for what you do, right? Because you've built that confidence, you've learned that people will pay you more based on the fact of your knowledge and your ability to convey the value to that market. So you are a gun for hire, you're the consultant, you're the freelancer, right? So you're looking for the opportunity, right? So now the spiraling starts. So once we get to where the gun for hire, this is where the spiraling starts, right? So you manage to get 3 to 7 clients. You're making between 5 to 10K per month in revenue, $60,000 to $120,000 a year. And this is where you get stuck, because there is an elusive semi-comfort zone right in there. I can live on $60,000. I can live okay on $100,000, but that's not all your money. You have to pay some of that out, right? So what you do end up living on is you end up living on between $35,000 and $40,000 a year. that's a job, right? Or you end up living on roughly 65, 70,000 out of the $100,000 that you earn because you've got things like taxes and costs and expenditure to do that. That's a job, right? So we get into this comfort zone, 5 to 10K a month. And a lot of people get stuck at that 10K a month. They can't seem to go past that, or they get stuck at that 20K a month and they can't seem to get past that milestone, right? But here's why, right? So what happens is 60 to 100K, a job with no benefits, no health care, no time off, 3 to 7 bosses with competing deadlines that you're dealing with, because you might be dealing with different businesses. You haven't cookie cutted or productized, or you haven't actually worked a niche. You're working with everybody, right? You can't take a vacation, right? You get sick or you get hurt and your income stops. You can be fired at any time because a lot of people don't have agreements or contracts with their clients in this world. And that's something you must get your hands onto, because if you don't have agreement for your client, if you're in the United States, if you don't have a contract or an agreement and you make a mistake, the client will sue you for everything. So you put yourself at big risk if you don't have an agreement. If you don't have errors and omissions insurance to insure against loss of business or failure, then a client will sue you for everything you have, and that will put a huge burden on you personally in your life, emotionally and physically, if you don't get that right. Most people don't have contracts, don't do agreements, don't have insurance, right? And by the way, insurance is not expensive, right? If you don't have it, you must have it. In Australia and the UK, we call it professional indemnity insurance. If you don't have professional indemnity insurance, you are open to big risk in your business. If you do once you get to 3 or 4 clients, go and buy some insurance, right? Make sure you have an agreement, right? But this is the risk, right? You're going to sit there and say, I'm working so hard, I've got no support, I am at the mercy of the marketplace, right? And this is the excitement. I'm an entrepreneur, right? Okay, I can do anything. I can start, I can work less hours, more hours, I've got control, right? But this is what happens when we have a job with no benefits, okay? So all clients leave. Every client you bring on board will eventually leave you. They might leave you in a month. They might leave you in 3 months. They might leave you in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, but all customers are going to leave you at some point in this business, right? They will never stay with you forever, right? So if you know that, right, this is what happens. Whenever you use one client, you're generally going to use 2 more will follow. If one drops off, there's going to be another 2 that follow. So you take a big hit towards your income. All of a sudden, you've gone from $10,000 a month to $3,000 a month overnight. I had a consultant that I talked to who went from $100,000 a month to $10,000 a month in 1 month. 100 grand income, $10,000. 100 grand, $10,000, right? Big drop, right? Lost lots of clients. Coronavirus comes along. If people didn't communicate to their clients, put them on maintenance packages, share what they could do to help those people, they lost lots of clients. And that is a big hit to your income, right? So now you have to scramble to get back to where you were to replace that loss of your income. So what do? Got to do some selling, got to do some marketing, got to call my friends, got to go past customers, got to go and get some clients. Scramble, 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 right? This doesn't work, okay? So the burnout is inevitable in this business. If you keep doing this or playing this cycle, you're eventually going to burn out. This is why most people in this business, lucky if they last 2 or 3 years and they're out because they can't make it work for themselves, right? Or if they are making it work for themselves, they're making it work for themselves at a subsistence level. This is what goes on in the freelancer market, in the business market of I'm the person who's the expert, right? So that, now I know I'm painting a pretty dire picture, but this is the picture that is pretty much out there. This is the truth. This is stuff that nobody tells you about, right? But there is a silver lining, right, to this strategy or to this structural process going on at the moment. Okay, so burnout's going to be inevitable, right? Most people do this for 2 or 3 years, then they make a decision, right? So most people will get there 2 or 3 years. One of my champions made this decision, did this for 7 years. They made a decision to join Consulting Champions, and in the last 6 months, they went from being a freelancer to a business owner where they're generating $500,000 worth of revenue in 3 months. $500,000. Actually, now they're at $680,000 last 3 months because they made a decision to do something differently. They made a decision to no longer be at the mercy of the market. They made a decision to no longer undercharge for what they do. They made a decision to actually start building a real business, one that where they work with, right, on the business, not in the business, right? So they make a decision. Here's the decision that they make. right? In the immortal words of the great rock poet and rock god Joe Strummer from The Clash, this is the decision they make, right? Should I stay or should I grow? Da-na-na-na-na-na, right? Should I stay or should I grow now? Da-na-na-na-na-na. That's the decision that most people make, right? They get to a point in their business, like, you know what? This isn't doing me any favors. I'm not getting any joy or pleasure out of doing this. I really want to scale. So they make the decision, I want to scale, get to that point. Scaling means hiring people, bringing people on board, right? That's what scaling means, yeah? Scaling means building systems, productizing your service, identifying a market that can benefit from what you do, and being able to replicate that model over and over and over again. It's pretty boring, right? But much more exciting because you're making a lot more money. You're doing a lot better than what you would be doing as a freelancer, but you're making the decision to build a real business instead of a fake business, a job, right? A real business instead of a fake business. Pretty simple, right? So Joe Strummer was right, or Joe Strummer was right? Should I stay or should I grow, right? Do I keep doing what I'm doing, get the same result, or do I get serious about what I'm doing, build a real business, start to scale? That's the question that we have to answer. So we need to scale and build a real business is a decision that you want to get to in your business. Everybody has to go through this curve, by the way. Everybody has to go through this learning curve. I've been through this learning curve a few times. I've built the big enterprise empire thing, and then I realized that my ladder was on the wrong wall. I didn't want to build a big empire. I was tired. I was frustrated. I did it wrong in a lot of ways. Although it was, to the outside world, it was an incredible success. To the inside world in my mind, I was dying inside and failing inside because I wasn't living my truth. I wasn't doing the thing that I was passionate about, and I wasn't happy I was miserable in my success. Can you imagine that? Being absolutely miserable in an outward perception of what success would be. So I've been working very hard for a number of years with lots of people who are in your shoes to scale and build their businesses, to stop being a freelancer, start being the business owner. So this is a model that we work towards that is a sustainable, growing, ever-growing business, right? We call it the Unleash method. We use a model called the Genius Model by Simon Bowen to articulate the level of a business. So at the end of the day, if we look at the three leaves here, right, we have, freedom is what we're after. We're after, ultimately we're aspiring to create experiences. We're trying to support our families, our friends. We're trying to live a great life for ourselves. And to do that, we need to leverage. We need to, we need to be in charge of our own time. We need to be in charge of the ability to make decisions based on the fact that we are resourced to make those incredible decisions. So we want freedom. That's why we got into this business in the first place, is to be in charge of our lives, not allow somebody else to value us at an hourly dollar rate, right? We wanted to build something, and freedom is really important, right? The next thing that's really important is profit, right? For us to add value to our lives, we need resources, we need money, we need profit to be able to do the things we want to do, to experience the things we want to do, so that we can have an awesome experience in life. Without resources, it's very difficult to do that. So profit is really key as a core factor. Making the money part, very important to part of our structure, right? And the profit comes from our purpose. Our purpose as a business owner is to deliver outstanding value to our clients. That is the purpose of our business. And it is the goal of our business to generate as much revenue and much profit out of having that impact that we have, or the value that we deliver to the market. The greater the value we deliver, the greater that we are rewarded for that value in the marketplace, right? But you get to decide what you're worth, right? You get to decide, and then if you convey that message and deliver on that message, the client accepts the value in your eyes. That is the core leaves of your business. We all want freedom, we all want profit, we all want meaning and impact and purpose, right? That's essentially all of us. It's what I aspire to, right? These are things that I connect with, right? And so what I do in life is part of these three things, right? So there are a lot more other things that I connect to in life, but from a pragmatic point of view and a business point of view, this is where the business, your leveraged opportunity, has an impact on those three key areas: your freedom, your profit, and your purpose, right? Now, on the outside, there are three pillars. We need to attract, we need to convert, and we need to leverage, right? To build a business, we need to be able to attract clients. We've got to put an offer out there, or offers out there that are engaging to the market. We've got to have our marketing in place consistently to open the door to opening up to new opportunities to generate leads, so lead generation. So the three accelerators of attraction is offering, marketing, and lead generation. These are the three attraction pillars, right? Three accelerators, right? So on the outside of conversion, we need to qualify. We need to zero in to make sure that we're working with the people we want to work with that fit our solution, that get the best results of our solution. So we need to zero in, right, to qualify that client, so that we're actually talking to the right people, making sure that we're getting payment at the right level. We need to present. We need a process, a sales process to go through to enable customers to choose us in that process. We're going to help them understand how we solve this problem. And then we need to enroll. We need to help those clients on board to be able to deliver our service in the market. So accelerators are qualify, present, and enroll in the conversion area. In the leverage area, to scale, right, to help the scaling part, we need to productize. If we productize a service, or we have a system, so an example of a system would be an ad funnel. That would be a system. Ads come in, go to landing page does the engagement or the conversion, pick up the phone and call, fill in a form, generate an appointment. That is you can productize that system. In Breakthrough, we productized a back pain funnel. We sold one funnel for 3 years, made more than $20 million selling that funnel in 3 years, right? One funnel, not 10 funnels, one funnel. But now we have 8 funnels, right? In fact, no, we have 9 funnels. We have 9 funnels now, right? Each funnel is, when people come on board, they don't get all 8 funnels. They just buy one funnel. If they want to buy 2 funnels, it's twice the price. They want to buy 5 funnels, it's 5 times the price, right? So we have clients who have 5 funnels that are paying us $25,000 a month in management fees to manage those 5 funnels, right? Productization, very important. Retention, very important, right? Remember that spiral, all clients leave. If you don't have a process to retain your clients, if you're inviting your clients for a 1-month trial, you're telling your clients at the end of 30 days they can leave. So guess what's going to happen 70% of the time? 70% of the time, they're not going to hang around for a month, they're going to leave at the end of 30 days, right? Terrible business model. Or people say, hey, we need you to work with us for 3 months, 90 days, right? And in that 90 days, we're going to put our system, put our process at the end of 90 days, and we can decide whether or not we continue. So guess what clients do at the end of 90 days? They leave, because they go, great, we're in this for 90 days. Let's look at the results. Wasn't that fantastic? Even though that might have been a contributing factor to the poor follow-up or poor conversion of those sales, that wasn't so great. You know what? I think we'll pass. And then you have to go and replace that client in 3 months. That's a terrible model. When I sat down with Breakthrough, we signed up clients for 12 months right at the beginning. A 12-month agreement, because we sold a business development program. We didn't sell Facebook ad funnels for patients. That's not what we did. Right? That's a function of what we do, but that is not the picture that we painted or our purpose for our clients. Our purpose for our clients is to have a predictable, consistent, generating system that generates patient opportunities, builds a database of patients you can nurture and retain and generate more opportunities from, and exponentially grow a business by 30 to 50% year on year on year every year, right? We sell a program, we don't do Facebook ads. We have a business development program for physical therapy practices, right? And we name that program, we give it a name, we call it Growth X, right? And so when people invest in Growth X and not investing in Facebook ads, right? So we have a system productized, right? If you have a system, you can replicate. If you get a result for somebody, then you go to the next company and say, hey, we know how to get this result. Are you interested in this result? And so you cookie cutter it, right? Productize, right? Productize what you do. That gives you leverage. Retention, key. Got to keep clients paying. At the 9-month mark of our clients, we sit down and we do a plan with our clients for the following 12 months. At the 9-month level, right, when we sit down with our clients, we say, hey, we're coming up to you. We need to look at plans. We're going to start planning now for the next year, right? So we're going to sit down, work a structure, strategy, where we are now, what we've done, what we're going to. Great. So are you in for next year? They go, yeah. So they sign another agreement at 9 months for another 12 months. And so now we've got them for 2 years, right? But then we thought, hey, we've had clients stay with us for 3 years. So I sat there and said, hey, why don't we start offering 3-year agreements, 3-year business development programs? Guess what? People started paying for 3 years, right? Sign an agreement. We're going to be together for the next 3 years. Because if they stop, they lose everything. We rent the funnel. We don't sell the funnel, right? This is why the business model is a very good model. It works, right? So now we've got clients that pay. We've offered that. In fact, all our clients who are in that 9-month category, we actually offer the option, hey, do you want to stick? We're going to have price increases. We're going to have other things. If you want to, you can actually hold the price for the next 3 years. Are you in, right? 15% of the people we make that offer to buy the 3-year option. So they sign in for us for the next 3 years, right? That is cash flow guarantee, right? Right there. So very powerful. Retention is very important. And the last piece in the puzzle in the business model is your teams and your systems. The fastest way to scale is to use a resource partner. But when you grow to a certain level, you want to bring that talent in-house so you can scale even further. A Facebook ad manager can handle between 20, 30 accounts. 30 accounts is about average. So every 30 accounts, every 30 clients, another Facebook ads manager, right? Customer service manager will manage between 30 and 50 clients. Every 30 to 50 clients, a new customer service person. You start to scale with the team and scale with the business. But your teams is how you scale. And the first hire, once you get to about 250K, is you want to hire an executive assistant. Once you hire the executive assistant, then you're going to look at hiring project or customer service people. And then what you're going to do from there is then you're going to hire an SDR, a sales development representative. That sales development representative is making appointments for you, right? So now you need to figure out of 100 leads, we get 30 opportunities for conversations. Out of 30 opportunities, we do 15 presentations. Out of 15 presentations, we make between 3 and 5 sales. Once you understand what that number is, then you're going to hire a salesperson. Going to drive the leads and the appointments of the salesperson. They're going to replicate what you do. What most people do is they hire the salesperson too early, and this causes problems because now you're forcing the salesperson to come up with those numbers. You need to come up with those numbers, or you need to get to those numbers as quickly as possible. Then you start to scale. This model here is about scaling a real business. That's what we talk about at Consulting Champions. The person I mentioned that had been doing this for 7 years, the Freelancer Spiral of Death, right? One of our clients, Tracy, right? It was only until November of last year that she made the decision that I'm fed up with being a freelancer after 7 years of this, up and down, revenue. She made money. She did okay. She did a lot of free work for people. She stopped doing free work, right? She started to make sure that she valued herself. What's happened in her business right now? She's added more than $800,000 worth of revenue in the last 6 months of her business. More than 800 grand of revenue in the last 6 months because she got focused, she got serious, and she started to talk about working with clients that have much higher budgets. The value, the experience that she's had over the last 7 years of doing it the hard way, right, to now changing it to doing the easy way. And now she's having a lot more fun. She's a lot more excited about what's happening in the future. She's brought incredible people. In fact, she's hired an executive assistant who was the ex-executive assistant of CEO of Virgin Airlines, one of the largest airlines in, a large airline in Australia, no longer is on the brink of collapse. But she's now hiring people in the middle of COVID-19. They are dramatically growing their business. And the reason they're growing their business is because of this model. Right? The reason they're growing is they're constantly generating clients. They're constantly walking those clients into enrolling and converting them, and then leveraging by putting those processes, systems, and productizing their service in the market. And so what they're experiencing is they're going to have more freedom, more profit, and more impact in their lives. So with that, I'm happy to open up to questions, or I'd love to know what your biggest takeaway is from what I've shared with you. Michael says, I'm using it to program my mind. Says, modeling your thinking, your phrasing, etc. Awesome. Thank you. It's very good for helping me look out of the horizon for my business and beyond. Tomorrow's call I have to head out. Thank you. Dawn, great song. You have now changed it forever. Thanks, Dawn. I appreciate that. Biggest takeaway of what I've shared, things that might have highlighted. All clients leave, and a certain kind of success is simply a trap. Yes, a certain kind of success is a trap. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer questions. Tanya says, I'm not actually selling Facebook ads. No, you're not, Tanya. You're selling a business development program. Your Facebook ads is a component or a function that adds client opportunities to a business. It needs a function of marketing. Every business needs marketing. So Facebook ads is just a function of marketing. But what it does do is it actually helps it develop a business. So you're no longer, right? You're no longer selling Facebook ads. You're selling a business development program. This allows you to increase your prices. This allows you to package up what you do. This allows you, so for example, this client says to us, so it's going to be $5,000 a month. No. You're committing to $60,000. We're financing at $5,000. The program is a $60,000 program that you're investing in, right? And you're investing this in this program over a 12-month period. Or if you pay us $55,000, you can save $5,000 and get it all up front, right? That's the offer we're making. We're not offering you a month-to-month deal. We're offering you a program. The whole package is this investment, right? So you're investing in $60,000, not $5,000 a month, right? At $5,000 a month, we're financing it for you at interest-free, right? Without a FICO score, right? So understand that this is what you're doing in doing that. Howard says, I feel the pain. You don't have to feel the pain, Howard. This is a wake-up call for a lot of people, right? Work with at least 10 clients first. Working with at least 10 clients first gives you a little level of cadence and experience. You're going to see what works, what doesn't work. You're going to go through heartache. You're going to deal with arseholes, right? All that sort of stuff. That's going to give you experience. Tanya, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. Any other takeaways from what I've shared with you on this? Any other takeaways? Anybody got any questions? Happy to answer questions. This is why I do what I do, because I want to stop people from going through this death spiral. The quicker we can stop the death spiral, the faster you grow your business, the faster you get into what you want to do. You can scale faster. I generally find that people have to, the fastest growers, they get through this learning phase in about 6 months. That's the fastest growers. The people who are on average in the market, normally takes about 12 months to start learning that it isn't working the way I'd like it to work for them. The people who take longer than that get stuck in the, hey, this month I made 10 grand. This month I made 5 grand. This month I made 20 grand. This month I made 2 grand, right? They get stuck into short-term gratification. So they get in a cycle of, hey, we had a great month. Oh, have we had a crap month? Oh, hey, we had a great month. Oh, we had a crap month, right? We get into this up and down, up and down, up and down. But this model here consistently brings clients every month. Remember what I told you was every 10 days, you've got to bring on a client in the business. The minimum you want to do is 3 clients a month. That's the minimum. If you can't get 3 clients a month, you are not working. You are not working. I don't care what you say to me that you're doing stuff, you're not. If you can't manage to get 3 buying customers in 1 month, you are not working. You are not doing anything. You're wasting time, right? If you don't get a client every month, at least 1 client a month, 12 clients in a year, then you're not in business. If you can't get 1 customer to pay you money in 1 month, you are messing around. You're doing everything else other than, because here's how crazy this is. And I know I'm being flippant when I say this. If I went to 100 people, 100 business owners, right? And I said, hey, does anybody need any help with Facebook ads? Does anybody need to see how Facebook ads might work for their business? If I shout that out to 100 people who are in business, who are owners of business, I know 5 to 10 of them will say, I want to know more. And out of that 100 people that I shout out to, maybe 2 or 3 of them, when I show them how it works, will buy what I have to offer. That's how simple it basically is. Most people, the basic offer, do you need help with this? Do you need help with this idea? It's really, really simple, right? Really simple, yeah? Because, and I don't know why that people make this harder than it needs to be, because they don't, right? I could be the worst marketer on the planet, and I could still go and get customers if I sat there and say, hey, let's work on your marketing. Can I help you with your marketing? Yes or no? What if we try something, right? Yes or no? You can do this, right? Everybody can do this. So if you're generating at least a client a month, you're not in business. You are playing at being business. If you're not generating 3 clients a month, you are definitely not going to be scaling your business. You're going to struggle very, very, very much so. So in the course of the year, like I said, we've got people building $1 million business in 4 months, 5 months, right? The fastest I've ever seen it done is in 30 days. Can you imagine building $1 million business in 30 days? That's how fast it can be done if you get it right? Now, not everybody, that is a very much an exception to the rule. And building $1 million business in a 4 to 6 month period is also an exception to the rule, because you've got to have some skills, right, to do that. But it's possible, right? It's not hard work, but it's not impossible to do that. A year, very doable. To add $1 million of the revenue to your business in a year is very doable. You're going to work, that's 2 clients a month. 2 clients a month paying you $3,000 a month. That's it. At the end of the year, you got $1 million run rate, $84,000 a month in recurring revenue, right? That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Not hard to do, can be done. I've seen people do it. We do it. We're in a situation where we're doing it every month, right? We're doing it every month, $1 million a month, yeah? Right? Adding that business to the business, yeah? So understand, Howard, is it better to upsell additional services or expand on the delivery of your core package? Howard, just sell something. Go and get a client and sell one thing, right? Get a client. And then once you've sold that one thing, do a good job, get them a result, then you can sell them some other stuff, right? If there are things that can be complementary and the client actually needs those things and the client sees that they need them, then you can sell them more than one thing. But right now, Howard, that question you're asking, just sell the client. Give the client 3 options. That's your upsell, right? Option number 1, basic package. Here we go. Option number 2, a little bit more value, much better result. This is where most people buy. Upsell, not package number 2. Package number 3, the whole enchilada. Mr. Prospect, Mrs. Prospect, of the 3 programs that we presented to you, which do you believe is the best program for you? I think number 2, because that's the one that everybody buys and I can see the value in it. That's how you upsell your services, Howard. But right now, for you, go and get a paying customer. You know, upsell, schmupsell, right? Paying customer, paying clients, right? If you don't have 20 clients right now, your only job is to go and get another client, right? That's the deal, yeah? Can I mention the spiral of death comment I made? So, Lou, what do you mean by mention it? The spiral of death is up and down, inconsistent recurring revenue. Get 2 or 3 clients, fulfill for the clients, stop selling, stop bringing income. One client leaves, you lose that revenue. Now you have to replace the revenue. So you end up with 1 or 2 months, great revenue. 1 or 2 months, terrible revenue. 1 or 2 months, great revenue. For every month you lose, you can't get it back, right? You can't get months that you lose back. All you're going to do is move forward and add, right? So that's the spiral, Luke. The spiral is, great, got a couple of clients, working really hard, do fulfillment, didn't charge enough money. Now I'm working a lot harder for free, right? So, but now I've got to go get a new client. But, I can't get a new client because I'm too busy, right? Stuck, spiral of death. So hopefully that explains. So anything else? If you have any questions, let me answer your questions on this training. Has this been a good, has this been a bit of an eye-opener? What's the aha that you've had maybe that I've shared with you in here? Just type in the chat. I can see there's a whole bunch of people there. I really appreciate you guys hopping on. Just type in, if you've had an aha about what I've shared, has this been helpful? Lou, you're in the spiral of death. Lou, you need to book a time on my calendar and I'll get you out of that spiral of death really fast. If you're coming to the, if you're coming into the Unleash Live event, if you look at consultingunleashlive.com, if you haven't bought a ticket, go and grab yourself a $97 ticket and I'll get you out of the spiral of death on the 23rd of May. I'm going to show you how to get out of the spiral of death. Focus on 3 clients a month as minimum. Yes, Oscar, absolutely. Thank you, Lou. Anything else that's come out of what I've shared with you in this training? Any questions? I'm happy to answer questions. Just type in the chat and I'll answer your questions for you, right? Because at the end of the day, I want to be able to help you to see your way through to having the thing that you say that you want. And that is to have a business that supports your aspirations. That's the deal, right? The deal is that this thing is supposed to be giving you life, not taking the life out of you. That's the deal, right? But all of us are on a different path of this learning curve. And what I'm trying to help you with, what I've been trying to do on all these videos you've been watching YouTube channel, is to give you every aspect that I know that if you can make an impact on moving forward, that this is how you go about doing that. So hopefully that this has been helpful to you. Any other takeaways? The Facebook ads with landing page is actually a funnel and can be sold as a business development program. Absolutely, Tanya. Absolutely. An aha moment. It is a system. Think about it, Tanya. It is a system. It is a product. in itself. You can even call your product something. If you're doing, let's say, for example, if you're doing funnels, ad funnels, or Facebook for ad funnels for charities, right? So it could be charity revenue direct. We have the charity revenue direct program, right? And you can give it a naming convention. We got a horrible name. We used to call our program Product X. It was terrible. I hated it. Right? I didn't get to name the product. But we had a product. Now we call it Growth X. When you're investing in our system, you're investing in Growth X, right? But what you want to do is give it a naming convention. Because if you give it a naming convention, now you have a brandable product, right? Oh, I want this thing, right? Or tell me more about this product. Tell me more about this product. Then it becomes an asset, Tanya. If you have an asset where you've built out a funnel, you've got the systems, the emails, the thing, and it's an appointment system, now you've got an asset that you can sell. Now you can say, hey, I've got a converting funnel. We can sell this thing to somebody who wants to buy or license my converting funnel to somebody else. That's called SaaS, right? That's called SaaS. So that's expansion, yeah? So thank you, Tanya, for mentioning that. Facebook ads with landing page is actually a funnel, but it can be sold as a business development program because that's what it does. It contributes to the development and the growth of a business. So at 12 months, it is a program of business development, right? That's what it does, yeah? So did you name the Facebook funnel you read growth? No, we named it, we used to name it Product X. It used to be called Product X. Product X has nothing to do with physical therapy practices, right? Product X. But we now have changed the name to Growth X, even more ugly, right? Well, it's the growth. Growth is better than product, right? So yes, give it a naming convention and say, hey, this is the X Factor program, whatever you want to call it, right? This is the digital direct program. This is the customer attraction program. This is the training person convert program, right? Give it a naming convention, give it a brand, build a business around the system, around the product, and you can build a very big business. I have a friend of mine, Dan Wartrip, who basically does the pay-per-lead model, right? He's now licensing his pay-per-lead model with people. I think he licenses it for between $20,000 and $30,000. And then you pay a monthly fee for training, support, and marketing as well. So now he's built a funnel, a system that you can just replicate over and over and over and over again. He makes millions of dollars doing that. Yeah. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer your questions. If you've got a question, if you've got something, if you've got a question about what I've shared today, if you've got an aha moment you want to share. Otherwise, I'm going to say thank you for being here. This is really great. I'm going to go. Name your service. Yeah, you've got to name. If you build a brand around a productized, this word productized, right? If you build a brand around it, that's an asset that you sell to people. So when you're on your website, you say, hey, we have a program called, X Factor, right? We have a program, called, Canva, right? Whatever, give it a name. I feel I'm stuck on how to take advantage of the Spanish market. You mentioned, an agency that is selling $4 million in the marketplace. Hite Digital, HITE Digital. They're all over the world, right? But go and look for ad agencies in Spain. Go and look for ad agencies in Argentina, in Brazil. Go and look for ad agencies in those countries. They're making money in those markets. They're making a ton of money in those markets. The Spanish market, the Hispanic business market is massive. I was speaking to a guy yesterday, Peter Espinoza, and that's his market. He basically deals with accounting practices in the Latin American market. He does Facebook ads for people in that market, and he's managing about 50 clients. He's doing really well in that market. Who did you mention regarding the pay per lead licensing? Dan Warthrop, Chris. So if you've got 50 grand to give Dan, he'll help you. Go and give him $50,000, he'll help you. I think it's 50 grand. Yeah, I think he has some lesson break, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Well, it's actually very good. It's actually exceptional. He's very good at what he does. Probably one of the best in the world. So Mark says we've got a program called the Pre-Enroll Student Formula. Yeah, right. That's a great name. That's a great product name. Any other questions? So also, Oscar, go and check, like, think about what you do, and then who sells what you do in the market. Just Google them. When you start looking, Oscar, you're going to see hundreds and hundreds of people who are actively generating clients in the Hispanic market. Remember, 1/3 of the world speaks Spanish. It's not in in Spanish countries, Spanish-speaking countries. They are, they've got the internet like everywhere else. Yeah. So in fact, they're the emerging markets. So Oscar, you can go and literally, you got a license to print money in the Hispanic markets, an absolute license to print money. Any other questions? Happy to answer your questions. Happy to move forward. If I can help in any way, if you've got a question, ask me. I can try and help you and give you direction. You can ask it if you've had questions about what I've shared. Thank you, Oscar. That's awesome. By the way, thank you for jumping in. By the way, if you haven't already, this is our Sales Blitz Intensive happening on the 23rd of May. It is what we call the event for good. So a $97 ticket gets you the recordings, the slides. I'm going to walk you through lead list generation, hot niche markets and what the intelligence is and what are they buying right now. 20 tested, crafted campaigns. I'm going to show you offers and campaigns that I've crafted that are working that you can use. Simple 5-step process to follow. Close the sale with an agreement and a payment on the spot. Going to walk you through what that looks like. Service fulfillment done for you, explaining the model of the resource partner model. Planning to close 60 deals in 60 days. 6 deals in 60 days, that's the goal. All recordings, all resources provided. But here's the most important thing. This ticket of $97 for that event is going towards helping 10 families to get solar lamps for their homes. People who don't have electricity, who now have the opportunity for solar lighting in their home. We're going to give 5 women jobs training, vocational training. By the way, right now, more than 560 families are going to get solar lanterns in their home. More than 70 women right now are going to get, in fact, more than that. What's 250. 250 women are getting vocational training right now. And we're paying for the education for over 56 children right now for 1 year. This ticket is a ticket for good. If you haven't bought a ticket, I'd highly recommend that you jump in. If you want to see this model in action that I've been talking about today to get yourself out of that freelancer mode, you definitely want to go to the web event. I know a lot of people who are on this call have jumped in and bought a ticket. I want to thank you so much for supporting such a great number of causes. You are making great impact on the world. As I said, $97 can go a real long way to helping. So if you haven't bought one, by the way, we are going to be capping this out as well. So if you haven't bought a ticket, don't miss out. Do not miss out on this event, because it's going to be an absolute fire hose of ideas, tactics, and strategies you can actually apply and go to the market with straight away. The goal is to give you a structure and a plan to pick up 6 clients in 60 days. It's 3 clients over a 30-day period, 6 clients over a 60-day period. For everybody here, if you were to add 6 clients in 60 days, I would imagine that would be a game changer for a lot of you. So a $97 investment, very small investment, but the impact of that $97 is huge. So if you haven't bought a ticket, please do buy a ticket, because I will close this event out. I cannot have over a certain number, but I have a goal to reach in the number of people I want to have an impact on. So if you haven't bought one, go and grab one. As I said, for those who already have, I want to say thank you for buying a ticket. I really appreciate you supporting this cause, and more importantly, taking advantage of the training that I'm going to be bringing to you on the 23rd of May at 11 a.m. PST. So with that, happy to answer any more questions. Yes, they did. What were they selling? Business development programs for accounting practices. That's what they were selling. Business development for accounting practices. That's what they did. So yes. Anybody else? Any other questions I'm happy to answer? We're all good? All right. I want to thank you. By the way, if you haven't done already, go to consultingunleashedlive.com, go and grab a ticket. I hope this was useful, gave you a few ideas, take away one idea, go and apply and implement this as quickly as possible. Love to get your feedback on it. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same batch channel to help you to grow. Mark says, I'm still digesting the info. Absolutely. I will see you here tomorrow, same time, same batch channel, talking more strategies, more tactics, more ideas. In fact, what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to probably do a little bit of eliminating bottlenecks in business. So that might be one of my topics we're going to cover tomorrow. So anyway, thank you for being here. Hope you're getting a lot out of this. Go to consultingunleashed.com/go. Join the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Consulting Unleashed Facebook group, make sure you do that. As I said, every video is being posted to our YouTube channel. Every video is being posted in the Facebook group. And there's also other resources that are being shared in that Facebook group as well. So with that, I want to thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you same time, same bat channel, 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, LA time, for our clarity and focus. Thanks for being here, everybody.